Now take this question from definite integrals. This is the second class of definite integrals VSAQ. So we are on question number 11. Evaluate integral 1 to 5 dx by root over 2x minus 1. So how do we proceed this? We put root over 2x minus 1 as t. So if you square on both sides, you will get 2x minus 1 equals to t square. Now, if you differentiate with respect to x, we will get 2 dx equals to 2t dt. Now, 2 get cancelled. So, we get dx is equal to t dt. Now, whenever we do any substitution, its limit changes. So, let's see how lower limit is changing and how upper limit is changing. So, if you put x is equal to 1, then t will become, if I put x is equal to 1, 2x will become 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, and root 1 is 1. So t will become 1. And the upper limit is, if x is equal to 5, then how about t? 2 5s are 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, and root 9 is 3. So t is equal to 3. Okay, so the limits change here. So limits will change as 1 to 3. And in the place of dx, we are writing t dt. So here our plan is to completely change x to t. X in terms of t. So root 2x minus 1 will become t. And over here tt get cancelled. So we get integral 1 to 3 dt. So integral 1 to 3 dt is, see here you don't have anything, that means you have 1. So integral 1 dt is t. Now you apply the limits 1 to 3. Now upper limit minus lower limit, that is 2. 2 is the final answer. Now take the next question. Integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx. So whenever a question is given on definite integral and you have in terms of sine and cos, so we use a property here. What is the property? Integral 0 to a f of x dx can also be written as integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. This is the most often used property of definite integrals. So over here, what is I? I is the given integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx. Now this can be written as, now over here we are applying the property. In the place of a we have pi by 2. So integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5 into pi by 2 minus x dx by sine power 5 into pi by 2 minus x plus cos power 5 into pi by 2 minus x. Now from trigonometry we know that sine 90 minus theta is cos theta and cos 90 minus theta is sine theta. So sine 90 minus theta will become cos theta and cos 90 minus theta will become sine theta. So that is integral 0 to pi by 2. Let's say this is equation number 1. And now see how it is changing. Sine power 5 pi by 2 minus x will become cos power 5x by sine power 5 pi by 2 minus x will become cos power 5x plus cos power 5 pi by 2 minus x will become sine power 5x dx. Let us say this is also I on the left hand side and this is equation number 2. Now if we add 1 and 2, you will get I plus I will become 2I and that is integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx plus integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx. Now, if you see both the terms, denominators are same. So we can add the numerators. So it will become 2I is equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5x plus cos power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx. Both denominator and numerator get cancelled. You will get integral 0 to pi by 2 1 dx. But we know that integral 1 dx is x. So x from 0 to pi by 2. How do we apply the limits? First we take upper limit minus lower limit. So that is pi by 2. But this is the value of 2I. So what will be the value of I? Value of I will be pi by 4. That means the given expression, what is the given expression? Integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5x by sine power 5x plus cos power 5x dx is equal to pi by 4. Now you take the next question. Evaluate integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root over sine x by root over sine x plus root over cos x dx. So in the last problem, the limit was in terms of 0 to a, so we have applied that property. But over here, the lower limit is not 0, so we need to use some other property here. So let's see what is the property which we are going to use. So integral a to b f of x dx is equal to integral a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. This is the property which we are going to use here. So a plus b means pi by 6 plus pi by 3. So pi by 6 is 30, 30 plus pi by 3 is 60, 30 plus 60 makes 90. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So let us take the question as I. I is equal to pi by 6 to pi by 3 root over sine x by root over sine x plus root over cos x dx. Let's say this is equation number 1. Now we will apply the limit here. Like we will apply the property here. So integral that will be pi by 6 to pi by 3. Now wherever you have x, we write 90 minus x. Why 90? Because pi by 6 plus pi by 3 makes pi by 2. Okay. So the same way like how we have done in the last problem, we will proceed. Now wherever you have x, we write pi by 2 minus x because pi by 3 plus pi by 6 makes pi by 2. Okay. So by root over sine pi by 2 minus x plus root over cos pi by 2 minus x. So now again we use the same concept. Sine 90 minus theta is cos theta and cos 90 minus theta is sine theta. So that is integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root over. This will become cos x and in the denominator first term will become cos x and the second term will become sin x. Now let us take this is also I and let us take this as equation number 2. Now if you add 1 and 2, what do you get? I plus I will become 2I. That is integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root over sin x by root over sin x plus root over cos x plus integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root over cos x by root over cos x plus root over sin x. Now here you can see in both the terms denominators are same. So we can add the numerators. So how will it become? 2I equals to integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root sin x plus root cos x by root sin x plus root cos x dx. Now numerator and denominator can be cancelled, and again you get the same, you get 1 dx. And we know that integral 1 dx is x. Apply the limits pi by 6 to pi by 3. This is now how to apply the limits. First you apply upper limit minus lower limit. So what is pi by 3 is 60. 60 minus pi by 6 is 30. So 60 minus 30 is 30. 30 can be written as pi by 6. This is 2i. So what will be I? I will be equal to pi by 12. So that means integral pi by 6 to pi by 3 root sine x by root over sine x plus root over cos x dx equals to pi by 12.
Yes.
Now take the next question. Evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 5 by 2x by sine power 5 by 2x plus cos power 5 by 2x dx. So let us take I is equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 5 by 2 x by sine power 5 by 2x plus cos power 5 by 2x dx. Now we use a property integral 0 to a f of x dx equals to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. This is the property we are going to use now. So that will be equal to 0 to pi by 2 cos power 5 by 2 into pi by 2 minus x by sine power 5 by 2 into pi by 2 minus x plus cos power 5 by 2 into pi by 2 minus x dx. So now we know that cos 90 minus theta is sine theta and sine 90 minus theta is cos theta. So it will change as sine power 5 by 2x by cos power 5 by 2x plus sine power 5 by 2x. This is equation number 2. This is equation number 1. So if we add 1 and 2, what do we get? We get I plus I is 2i. And directly I am doing over here, denominators are same. So numerators can be added. Cos power 5 by 2x plus sine power 5 by 2x by cos power 5 by 2x plus sine power 5 by 2x. Denominators and numerator get cancelled. So you get integral 0 to pi by 2 1 dx. That is equal to x from 0 to pi by 2. So that is pi by 2 minus 0. So 2i we get it as pi by 2. So I is equal to pi by 4.
Yes.
Now take the next question. Evaluate integral 0 to 2 mod 1 minus x dx. So what is the concept of modulus? See, mod x will be x if x is positive and mod x is equal to minus x if x is negative. Okay, this is the concept we apply. So now you tell me what is the given integral. So let I is equal to integral 0 to 2 mod 1 minus x dx. Now for what values of x 1 minus x will become positive. So let us take any number less than 1. Let us take 0.5. If you take x as 0.5, 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, no? So you are getting positive. Yes or no? 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5, which is positive. And suppose if I take x as any number greater than 1, suppose if I take 2, then 1 minus 2 will become minus 1, that is negative. So what did you understand? For numbers less than 1, it is positive. For numbers greater than 1, it is negative. Okay, so we can break this integral into 2. Like how can we break from 0 to 1? plus, again we are breaking it into 1 to 2. Understood? See, if this is a number line, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Instead of writing 0 to 2, we are breaking this as 0 to 1 plus 1 to 2. Did you understand? Now, for this, for 0 to 1, it is positive. That means I can write mod 1 minus x as 1 minus x dx. And for 1 to 2, 1 minus x is becoming negative. So, integral like modulus 1 minus x will become minus of 1 minus x. So, for the first half, it is positive, and for the second half it is negative. So now let's see how to solve this further. 0 to 1, 1 minus x dx minus outside integral 1 to 2, 1 minus x dx. So how to integrate this? See, integral 1 dx. Let us separate it now. Integral 0 to 1, 1 dx minus integral 0 to 1, x dx minus integral 1 to 2, 1 dx. Minus into minus will become plus integral 1 to 2, x dx. See, here you cannot cancel x dx and x dx because integration like limits are totally different. So now first let us integrate the first term. Integral 1 dx is x from 0 to 1. As soon as you integrate, we need to put the limits. Minus integral x dx is x square by 2 from 0 to 1. Minus again integral 1 dx is x from 1 to 2. Plus integral x dx is x square by 2 from 1 to 2. Now let us apply the limits over here. So upper limit minus lower limit, 1 minus 0. This is the simplification for the first term. Minus, now if I put 1 in the place of x square by 2, so I get 1 by 2. 1 by 2 minus 0 minus 2 minus 1 plus 2 square is 4, 4 by 2. 4 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So that is 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 plus 3 by 2. 1 minus 1 get cancelled. 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is 2 by 2. That is 1. So the answer for this integral is 1. Always remember, in definite integrals, the answer will be a constant. Now take the next question. Evaluate integral 0 to 4 mod 2 minus x. Now tell me if like what value of x 2 minus x will become 0. For what value of x 2 minus x will become 0. So if x is equal to 2, then 2 minus x will become 0. That means we can split this integral from 0 to 2 and then from 2 to 4. So let us say the given integral I is equal to integral 0 to 4 mod 2 minus x dx. That we can split it as 0 to 2 mod 2 minus x dx plus integral 2 to 4 mod 2 minus x dx. Now tell me if I take any value less than 2. If I take x as some value less than 2. Let us say 1. Then what will this 2 minus x become? 2 minus x will become 2 minus 1, that is 1, which is positive. And if I take any number greater than 2, let's say we are taking x is equal to 3. Then 2 minus x will become 2 minus 3, that is minus 1, which is negative. So from 0 to 2, it is positive. From 2 to 4, it is negative. For any value, if you take between 2 to 4, mod 2 minus x will become negative. And for any value between 0 to 2, mod 2 minus x will become positive. So this is just to analyze which interval is positive and which interval is negative. Now here, integral 0 to 2, I am removing this modulus and I am writing positive 2 minus x. And within this interval, I am removing the modulus and I am writing minus of 2 minus x. That is negative. Now let us separate the integration. Integral 0 to 2, and over here you have dx. So integral 0 to 2, 2 dx minus integral 0 to 2 x dx minus integral 2 to 4 2 dx minus into minus will become plus integral 2 to 4 x dx. Now let's see how to solve this integration part. So integral 2 dx is 2x, 2 outside, integral 1 dx is x. So apply the limits only for x. We bring the constants outside. Minus integral x dx is x square by 2 from 0 to 2. Minus 2 outside, integral 1 dx is x from 2 to 4. Plus x square by 2 from 2 to 4. So now let's see how to apply the limits. 2 into 2 minus 0. Minus 1 by 2 outside. 2 square is 4 minus 0 square is 0. Minus 2 outside. 4 minus 2. Plus 1 by 2 outside. 4 square is 16 minus 2 square is 4. So 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 4 by 2 is 2. Minus 2 into 2 becomes 4. And here 16 minus 4 is 12. 12 by 2 is 6. 4 minus 4 get cancelled. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 is the answer.
Yes.
Now take the next model. Next question. Find integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 10x dx. So for such type of problems, whenever they ask you, whenever the limit is 0 to pi by 2 and the question is sine power nx dx or cos power nx dx, then we have a direct formula for this. So just take down that formula. Integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power nx dx, or whether it is integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power nx dx, the formula is n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 by n minus 2. Like that you have to keep reducing until you get 1 by 2 into pi by 2. If n is even. If n is even, then this is the formula. And if n is odd, n minus 1 by n into n minus 3 by n minus 2, so on up to you have to reduce until you get 2 by 3. This is the formula if n is odd. Now for this given question, for our question, we have integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 10x dx. So here sine power 10 is given. That means n is equal to 10 here. And 10 is even. 10 is even. So we need to use the first formula. So that is 10 minus 1 by 10 into 10 minus 3 by 10 minus 2. Then we have to reduce 10 minus 5 by 10 minus 3. Then we have to reduce 10 minus 7 by 10 minus 4. Then 10 minus 9 by 10 minus 2. And so on. So here we are getting 1 by 2 and over here pi by 2. One minute. Here 10 minus 2 and here 10 minus 4. First 10, then 10 minus 2, then 10 minus 4, then 10 minus 6, then 10 minus 8. And at last you get pi by 2. So this is 9 by 10 into 10 minus 3 is 7 by 8, then 5 by 6, then 3 by 4, and then 1 by 2. So I told you have to stop when you get 1 by 2. And at last you should write pi by 2. Now do the necessary cancellation. So 3 ones are 3 twos are. 5 ones are 5 twos are. We cannot solve this further. So this is 63 pi by. What is this? If you multiply 2 into 8 into 2 into 4 into 2 into 2, you will get 512. This is the final answer.